Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're here with another video, and today I'm going to be bringing you with my new Fireball Rocketloons army in the Legend League. Today, I've made a couple changes to the army, noticeably the Royal Champions in place of the Minion Prince. I'll talk a little bit about that in the first attack just to not bore you guys, but this is what I've got on my heroes. It's classic Fireball equipment. I brought two Furnaces as well into the army and no Druids, though. And yeah, spells are fairly similar. I'm going with the Super Minions, though, instead of the um, uh, Yetis that I've been running, and then let me bring the Lug Launcher just in case, but that's what I'm going to be using those 3 sieges mainly. And yeah, defense did pretty well today. We've got a 1-star, and we reset in the top 1K at 5850, so that'd be awesome. And somebody requested that I don't show you guys the attacks log before I hit, so or that I do. So you don't know what I got yet for the video coming, but yeah, let's lock in today. And if you want my bases, join the Saturn sub. That I'll link the Discord in the description of this video. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, first base, we get a nice double rage hook tower. Fireballing the hook tower honestly gets all of the value right there. So I think what I'm going to do is just that. It'll be a very easy double invis right here. I just got to make sure I get the quakes and everything down. Honestly, going to quake everything right there and hit the fireball just like that. Boom. The whole compartment goes down, no problems. Headhunter in. That's a very nice start. You saw what I did right there with actually dropping the quakes down first. It's something that I've been working on a bit. And yeah, I definitely want to get a bit better at. I just noticed the flame flinger value because I was so caught up with how good the fireball was going to be. I didn't even bother looking, but I totally should have because there's some amazing value up there. Now I just have to waste some time waiting for it. So a little bit on me. But anyway, as I said, I was going to talk about, I'm bringing in the uh, Royal Champion because I find that this army never struggles with power. It does help on rage bases, to be honest, having the, I'm going to go with the furnace down on this side with the Flame Flinger, but it does have help to have the minion prints on rage bases, as we've seen in previous videos. But the thing is, I find that it's not entirely needed. Like you can still just power through them on your own, so it's not entirely needed. And in that case, I'm not bringing the hero just for support. That's not necessarily needed. It's just not worth the use of the hero. They're way too valuable for that. So the World Champion can outburst a lot of damage at one time, and that's incredibly valuable for time. So in that case, to help with time, that's kind of like your biggest issue with this army. I think using a hero for that is well worth it. So just setting up a funnel here for my heroes while multitasking my warden. The minion prince is the scariest hero by far on defense, so got to make sure you're focused when your warden especially gets within that range. And we look like we're gonna get a really nice wall break, timed for my king to still step up. So I think we're gonna absolutely slam this base if I did have to say so myself. Even the expo got tanked literally as I was coming in with this arm or with the warden. It's tanked for my flame flinger, so just honestly incredible. Like nothing really could have gone any better. You use Rocketloons right here just to funnel out these Tesla. King ability is going to go off and it's going to open up the core, so I'm not really worried about that. And we're definitely swagging my world champion on this first one. Absolutely beautiful hit. Swagging a bunch of spells as well as the world champion itself, plus the queen ability. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful hit. And yeah, we'll just kind of wrap this one up real quickly. I mean, not really that quickly, just letting everything walk so I can continue swagging. But okay, Queen Ability might get forced right here because unfortunately the Expo is taking her down and there is a Rico right there. So we'll use it, but that's okay with me. I'll pop the Invis just to make sure we get through that section in plenty of time because I don't want to waste any more time. And yeah, we're going to swag the World Champion as well as 4 spells. So absolutely crushed on this hit. And yeah, without further ado, let's hope the next one can go just as smoothly. I really like the addition of the World Champion in this army. And let's keep it going. All right, loading into the second one, and we've got a double poison right here. Honestly, this one's not going to be as good for Fireball, but hitting a scatter looks phenomenal because I still will get the Monolith, both Scatters and Clan Castle. So that's still a very good Fireball, and I can look to set that up. And it looks like I might be able to get some Flame Flinger value. Like, where are these expos? Wow, they're way exposed right here, and I think I'll pop a Flame Flinger, hoping to get the multi and both multi-arches here. So out of the multi-arch range is where I'm going to put this, just sniping down that right there. And there we go. I'm going to pump my warden probably about there. And yeah, the furnaces really do help with the warden to speed it up, especially without the use of the jelly. The jelly is just dangerous because you can get into too much damage too quickly. Like right here, I'd be getting into the multi-arch and Rico at the same time, so I'd need some sort of rage or something to get through. Whereas right now, I don't need to get that through that in time, and I won't need to use any spells then. Those rocket loons come in huge right there. Actually, don't get quite down the mortar, but just checking on my flame flinger because it's going to go crazy up there. And yeah, sometimes I can use, since the flame flinger gets defenses, a nice furnace behind it on this base. I think I will because the flame flinger is going to go crazy up there. That I do want the value. I'll have the buildings behind it as well. And if I can land the fireball into the scatter shot, which I think I should be able to, I'll be looking really, really pretty on this one. Take down the Tesla just to be hopefully sure my Warden can push towards the ricochet cannon here. That's entirely where I need him to go. But I guess we'll kind of find out. Let's see. Okay, nice. He goes to the right, which is awesome. And then after he takes down this ricochet cannon, I want him to continue to the right, but he obviously is going to be kind of stuck up for a little second right here. Does he go to the gold mine? Yeah, he goes right to the core. I was a little worried about that. I hope the furnace doesn't get pulled right here and have to. I'm hoping the furnace doesn't get pulled and. Okay, let me go like this right here. 2 quakes. There's the fireball. I just don't want to have the furnace jump to my flame flinger. That's what I was worried about. But anyway, here we go in. I got a poison ready onto this minion prince. I'll just pop it since the clan castle is dead. I'm not going to need it for the troops. And then, yeah, I can enter right here. I might be going directly into where my warden's going to go as well because he hasn't decided on a side yet, but I couldn't really wait any longer. Okay, he does go to the right. I was kind of assuming so, but I couldn't really wait any longer. So, yep, we go in with that right there. I'm honestly not liking the fact that my healers are going to be in this fire spitter the whole time. But once again, can't really change that right there, can we? I'm going to ice block them right here just to preserve their health because I think that should allow them to stay healthy enough, I think, to get through this. Okay, my queen's actually ripping through the back end of that base really, really nicely right there. That was a bad baby dragon. Did absolutely nothing. But my warden's going to chill through that side. Queen's kind of cruising through the top right here. And I'll pop the Royal Champion probably through this compartment because it's all that's really left on the base. But, I mean, I have a rage ready for my Warden if he ever needs it. But, to be honest, there's just nothing left on the base, as I just mentioned. Warden's getting kind of sucked in right here. But, yeah, Queen ability with the Royal Champion all still up right here. And we're just kind of collapsing on the base from all sides. The Warden from the right, Royal Champion from the top, and Queen from the left. And, yeah, another really clean 3-star. It was a little scary for a bit there in the core trying to get my Warden since the Minion Prince was following him. But a very, very nice triple. And let's get into the next one. All right, so on this base double rage, I'm looking to set up the fireball onto this rage tower. And honestly, like at this point in the season with 7 days left, it does get a little bit stressful because the 3-stars do need to be coming in, but also you can't put too much pressure on yourself that you start to fail. So you know what? It's tough to do, but yeah, we do need to get these 3-stars. And honestly, I've seen this approach happen with a fireball into like the scatter shot, but I do think I like my kind of approach with this instant fireball into the rage tower. So I'm gonna snipe down the bomb tower right here. Yeah, Tesla usually do pop up, and they do. Nothing's changed. Okay, I probably didn't need to use that invis right there, but I'm going to see if maybe I can set up... No, the multi's right there, so I'm going to hit the multi. I didn't want to risk it. Actually, that gets the entire compartment. I didn't think it did, but since the Super Dragon comes out, I'm assuming the rest is like archers or something, but I'm not really scared. Okay, since the multi gets that full compartment, I've never really thought about that, though, that I don't need to be going for the Rage Tower, so I can save some invis next time I do this space, actually, so that was interesting. Good thing to learn. But yeah, this is going to be one that I often use the log launcher on, but since the fire spitter is facing this direction, I really don't want to go with my heroes into there. So I might try and get my heroes behind or directly into the side and get my Royal Champion into that corner. We'll kind of see, I guess. But a Flame Flinger would go nuts. There's just, unfortunately, a lot of mortars, and I don't want to pull the Clan Castle because that also sucks. So I'm going to let my Warden kind of just continue walking right here, and I'll probably end up going with the Siege Barracks. Probably on this... Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. Because I'll probably go heroes into the fire spitter. It does suck, but it is what it is. It's probably the best approach. I'm going to go with another furnace up top here to help out with the warden. I'll just continue to use rocket balloon to help tank right here. And yeah, we're going to get in right now. Popping this right over here on the side. So hopefully the splash doesn't target my heroes. It doesn't bounce into them. But also I want it to be tanked outside the town hall range and other kind of like scatter shot and other multi defenses. I'm going to freeze the gear tower right here because I don't want the warden ability. Oh my goodness, the king ability. But I just fully missed. That's really bad. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, king ability right here should be really good. It's all right, though. Ice Golem's in right here. Okay, I don't know when it's going to come out there. Okay, there it goes. It pops right there. And to be honest, I don't think we're looking amazing at this point. I'm going to go... need to find where my Royal Champion can get the most value. It's definitely going to be down at the bottom there, so I got to make sure I keep my Warden alive through this. I'm probably going to invis right here. Okay, he dies to the core. I'll rage him up, because as long as my Warden can get that core right there, he'll go get the monolith as well. And that's one of the other biggest differences of the Royal Champion to Minion Prince is the Minion Prince cannot get the core. Or, sorry, it pairs well with the Rocketloons, but the Rocketloons cannot get the core. It's one of their biggest weaknesses. So instead, being able to use the Royal Champion, which can use its spears to get into the core, it's a really, really good combo to kind of supplement the Rocketloons on their biggest weakness, which is getting deep into the base since the haste runs out. So honestly, as sketchy as this one was looking with my Sui going into the spitter, wasn't so bad. So next time I can save a couple spells, trying not to fireball the Rage Tower and just hitting the multi-inferno, and I can, try and figure out a way to get my Sui not into the face of the fire spitter because that does suck up, a lot of the HP of my heroes right there. But regardless, honestly, it was pretty clean, so maybe I just do it again. But yeah, we'll get the 3-star and roll into the next one. All right, fourth hit of the day. If you guys are still here, drop a word, WERD, word in the comment, and that'll just let me know that you've stayed and watched this far and supported me, which actually just means a lot to me and the channel especially. So yeah, I just really appreciate that. And on that note, I'm looking for a fireball. Honestly, if I hit the monolith, I hit everything but the fire spitter, and that's not too bad, and it's really easy to hit as well. So I might go for that. And I don't see any flame flinger value based on where the expos are, so that's fine with me. This is one where I do like to go with, the minion prince ability to trigger the Invis Tower and slow everything down was beautiful. So now that I don't have that, I might have to go with the log launcher is what I'm kind of thinking, but we're still gonna just kind of see what happens right here. I get really stressed out. You'll see me hit the hero or the healer empty tile because I really don't want to accidentally misclick something on the screen when I'm scrolling around. So I do that quite often, but I'm pulling the clan castle right here, and a bunch of archers are actually coming out. I'm gonna have to invis right here because my warden's getting really, really weak. That was no good. But yeah, right here, my healers are kind of getting targeted. But now we're fine because now that the multi-arch is down, that was the biggest sketch. I should have been paying a little bit more attention because I didn't need to burn, a spell right there. But hopefully my warden can go to the storage, and he does. So that's just a single invis. I'm going to pop 2 though just to be safe, because I'd rather just not miss that for sure. I don't need those spells for anything. Okay, honestly, right here, I'm just going to ice block because my warden was getting really weak, and I did not like that. It was a little scary. Definitely didn't need it. But once again, always being safe than sorry has paid off like 1,000 times to none compared to when I try and save the spells and end up failing. So now my warden's decided to go to the right side. I'm going to try and get my heroes into this side. I'm going to let the furnace work right here. And I think the log launcher is going to be huge on this one, actually, going through the ricochet cannon. So now that my warden's kind of going, I wanted that to expo to go down first, and there it does. Now I can go king, queen, and the, what's it called, log launcher. Ice Golem as well in with them. So I don't think the log launcher, actually, I think it does. I'm wrong that I think it does actually trigger the Giga Bomb, which is maybe I should have lined it up a little differently. But I think my King's going to turn back in right here, which is huge. Look at that. Log launcher already triggered that. I have the World Champion still available as well, wherever I need. 2 headhunters in for the king because I probably won't be able to get them into the back end if I'm just being honest with you. And I wanted to funnel the spiky ball in. That's why you saw me go with those Rocketloons on the outside, because spiky ball actually does a lot of damage. And if I can funnel it into this core right here, that's going to help out a lot. The super minions, maybe Yetis would have been better, but they're not bad by any means. You can see what they're doing right here. And yeah, I'm kind of just trying to wait out, I guess. I'm going to invis right here. King ability is going to go crazy right there. Look at that value. As I was saying, just absolutely monstrous, monstrous damage. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of this base left. I'm going to freeze right here. That was actually a really bad freeze, just not needed at all. And my warden's now chasing, so I'm going to pop the shield so I can hopefully take down the ricochet cannon quick enough to keep my warden up. There we do. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. And now my world champion will finish off the rest of this base and get the 3-star. Probably what I should have done is set my world champion from the top, but way, way earlier to try and, just support my heroes and not allow my ward. And I'm actually gonna rage up this minion just because it's gonna do cleanup, so might as well. I don't need it anywhere else. Kind of funny to rage up just a singular minion, but I mean, good value. So we're gonna let this kind of work on through right here and pop these Rocketloons on the biggest health items, which is the storages. And yeah, another 3-star right there. And let's get in the next one. Okay, so the attacks today have been pretty clean so far, and I've actually been very happy with them. So let's try and keep it up here into the kind of back end of the video. Yeah, I like the hook tower kind of being here. I can't really get pulled in by it though. Like, don't really care to, based on where it is. But I'm looking at a fireball, obviously onto one of the rage towers. I think the easiest way to hit that. And as we learned, hitting the multi arch right here will do similar values. So I'm kind of going to see what it hits exactly, but it should be most of that compartment. Yeah, I missed the scatter shot as I kind of figured, but I also didn't put my quakes onto the expo like I could have. But missing the scatter shot and getting the expo is kind of like, in a sense, similar value, and you don't have to invest nearly as much, and it's not nearly as risky. So I do like those fireballs right now. The thing to know is that it's 4 tiles apart, right? The multi-arch has 2 walls and then 2 spaces in between where the rage tower was. So 4 tiles apart is the range of the fireball. We learned that in my other video. And I like facing the clan castle here because, once again, the clan castle is my wardens between the clan castle and my healers, so even a furnace or super dragon coming out shouldn't be too bad for me to face. I think I'm going to get my heroes drained to this side, although I'll probably save world champion for this bottom because I do like to get my heroes directly into a rage tower. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, a lot of headhunters coming out. I'm just going to poison them. There might be more, but I feel like a booger would have pulled them all, or whatever air targeting thing that was. So Yeah, just gonna poison that group right there, because even if there's more, I should be fine. I'm gonna pop another furnace right here, and my warden continues walking. I don't like the hook tower being up there, though, at all. Oh, yeah, there's one more headhunter, which kind of sucks. I'll rage my warden, and then at this point, yeah, I'm gonna be going in with the siege barracks. There's the king, queen. Nice golem right here. So the raged up warden. Oh my goodness, how was there that many more headhunters? I thought I got them all. That's crazy to me. I can't believe there was that many more. Okay, I should have been looking at my warden, but I thought there was just no more spells or like storage in the clan castle for that. But okay, we'll see what we can do right here. This isn't looking too hot for me. I'm gonna have to like insanely clutch up. My world champion's already coming in because I need to relieve some of the damage in that back end. Okay, right here I'm gonna get a really nice skeleton spell on the outside of this base. Clean up right there. Okay, super minions are coming in, which is huge as well. My royal champion is gonna be in charge of way too much of this base, but it is what it is. I don't really have any other choice. She's got to go invisible as well. I don't know why that's not happening yet. Okay, there she goes, invisible. Gonna invis her right here. She doesn't have the boots on, so it's not a proper royal champion charge, but it is gonna have to do right now. Gonna freeze the monolith right there, and I actually missed the king because I wanted to get 3 headhunters on it, but we got it anyway with the 3 headhunters, and honestly, we're gonna triple this one fairly comfortably. I was really worried that I was gonna lose my perfect day right there, but I stayed composed, got the world champion through this whole compartment, plus the mono, like, she got some good value, and the heroes just had to take that top side. So honestly, we stayed pretty composed even after that failure, and we're gonna swag a couple spells, so honestly, after failing a couple times, you just get used to doing that, so you do gotta fail a couple times just to learn that, but I'm really, really proud of that actually, and happy with myself to be able to get that triple, and let's get into the next one. All right, we're definitely getting into the back end of the day, so we got to stay extra focused because on that last one, yeah, I did end. I guess I lost a little bit of focus right there and didn't play super well. So on this one, I'm looking at I think I'm gonna charge. I think a fireball onto like that scatter shot would obviously be beautiful, but I'm not sure if I can actually hit it. I think I can try though. I'll charge in kind of from this corner because what I want to do is set up a flame flinger onto this bottom corner that gets okay, I wanted to get the crusher mortar and ricochet cannon, but now I don't know the ranges of the expo because it clicked off of it, so that's a little tough. Okay, there's actually a lot of Tesla down there, so I'm gonna see if I can place that out of range. Nice, I did. Hoping that can work down there. I didn't get to see the range because I didn't click on it in time because I'm an idiot. But we're gonna keep rolling right here. My warden, I'm hoping I can get down this ricochet cannon without much spell support, but if there's the expo right there, okay, there's not. Nice. Once I get this down, let me snipe this down actually to save some invis. Can need another one right there. Once I get this down, I'm probably gonna ice block on after the air defense. I guess I'm gonna just continue waiting right here. Okay, right there. I'm just gonna make sure I hit my target right here. Okay, I'm gonna split some quakes right there. Hit the fireball. Two. Nice. Look at that beautiful fireball. Split the quakes. And at this point, I kind of want my warden to go left to go get that other fire spitter. I know it'll be in the face of it, but I think I can take that rage tower down with just a raged up warden. So I do actually want to get that, and it does look like he's going that way, which is awesome. I'm gonna pop a furnace because I actually haven't given him one yet, which is really weird. I should have by now, but my world champion can get through this kind of tiny section right there, and but I still do think a Sui would be beautiful through there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do anyway, because that'll give me some really nice pathing. I'm gonna use that up there to funnel my warden. But yeah, some really nice value from the skeleton spell right there. And I gotta keep an eye on my warden because he is going into the spitter and into a rage tower right here. I'm gonna rage and invis because I kind of missed the rage on my healers, which I could have just avoided doing, but it is what it is. There's one wall break. There's another one right there to continue getting my queen into the core of this base. Two Rocketloons to continue the multi-archer towers damage being divided up right there. But yeah, look at that. The king and queen still going to have their abilities. I was just worried they wouldn't really get into the monolith well, and that's what the world champion would do a better job at. So that's why I decided to go world champion to the top side and heroes in the bottom right there, even though there wasn't much for them to get. Still think it was the better choice just for this monolith, if anything. So yeah, world champion's going to do her thing right there. There's the king ability. Queen's going to be able to swag her ability. And world champion's really just keeping the warden alive at this point. That's, her entire purpose. And she'll do a phenomenal job at that. And we'll get the 3-star right here, swagging just a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, the siege I think will just pop. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't popped yet, but it's just about to. It always happens for me. Like literally, yeah. Look at that, 98, 99, and 100. Literally, like the last second, it always happens to good work. But anyway, absolutely beautiful, beautiful hit. And let's get into the last one. All right, so I may have miscounted. I do have two more. I don't know why I do that sometimes. I totally thought I saw 6 of 8 when I was going into that attack. But regardless, let's get into this one. I think a flame spinner fireball right here would be amazing because it does get me a lot of this nice juicy value. And there's honestly just an amazing flame flinger up top. Uh, hmm. Okay, the flame spinner does get the multi inferno. That is why I want to go on this side. The The problem is there's a really good, uh, flame flinger up here, but I think my warden's gonna walk that way, and I can't get a flame flinger. Okay, I got actually a better idea right here. I'm gonna snipe down this Expo with 5 Rocketloons. I was gonna do 4, but since there was a Tesla right there, I went 5. And if I can just, check for any skeletons, if I can get the Fire Spitter and Multi-Arch, that's actually phenomenal value. And the thing is, I wanted to get it up top here, but my warden's gonna walk that way, and if I'd funneled out, that one mortar, I could get it from the right side. But if I funneled out, I need to get 2 mortars right there, and I would have pulled the clan castle. So I didn't really like that approach, but on this one, it should be after this air defense, a simple double invis. I might pull the clan castle by accident, but yeah, 3 warden shots takes that down, and then double invis right here. And once again, going to be splitting the quakes. And beautiful fireball right there. Okay, I didn't end up hitting that multi. I thought it was 4 tiles away, so I don't know what happened right there. Gonna check out my flinger, and we're still doing well. Honestly, a fire spitter and multi-arch is great value, so I'm really glad I spotted that. Honestly, I thought my warden was gonna go up here, but like, look at that flame flinger. I would have got 3 key defenses. That would have been better, but I thought my warden was gonna go there, and this was just a safe, guaranteed value for still a very good fireball. So there is a rage tower in this core, and I have to be a little careful of that. But at this point, I'm gonna be popping the skeleton spell. I'm gonna just okay. Honestly, I was trying to trigger the poison spell right there, and it just happened on its own, which is awesome. But I gotta get a rage ready right here for this kind of core area. So I'm gonna rage right here, my warden, as he's gonna get himself into kind of a lot of damage. There's a wall break and another one right here. Hopefully the ricochet cannon doesn't come back and take it down. Okay, nice. We got the wall break first. That's awesome. Haven't taken an eye on my flinger recently, but it's kind of just cooking. Okay, I'm going to poison right here on these heroes because I did get the clan castle down. There's no need to have a poison left in my army. And I got 2 headhunters even coming in right here. And I'll rage up once again to get the headhunters really raged up and kind of just crushing through this base. Warden's probably going to get pulled in by the king. Yes, he does, so that sucks, and I'll just replace him with the world champion right there. Don't think I would have needed her anyway, but, I always like to be safe rather than sorry, because look at that. The queen ability is still up. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have needed my world champion, but instead I get to swag the queen ability, and look at that. 50 seconds up, and I set up a flame flinger and a fireball. That's just how powerful this army is. The world champion just kind of bursts damage down, so you'll never have to worry about time as much as I would with the minion prince. Obviously, this attack didn't matter anyway, but yeah, just beautiful, beautiful attack, and let's get into the final one for real this time. All right. Honestly, this is a good base, so I do got to focus up. But one thing that's really good about not having the jelly is the jelly almost always makes you charge for 35 seconds because that's how long it lasts. And so now I just don't have to charge for that amount of time before fireballing. So my attacks can also just go a little quicker from that. On this one, I think I kind of want to charge him from the top side. It can be a little riskier, but I'm confident in my charging abilities. And to be honest, it's behind the fire spitters, and I want to land a fireball in the core. So that's what I'm going to do. No flame flinger on this one. I just got to make sure I keep my warden alive through 2 heroes, which could be a scary part, but honestly, I'm always confident with that. So, got to get the rage ready right here because the rage can get me through the minion prince and ricochet cannon, and then at that point, there's not much left. So, going to go with 1 balloon here. Might pull the clan castle, but I really do think the boogers will pull it regardless, so I'm not too worried about pulling it. There's a lot of black mine, so I'm just going to continue testing right here. And as I said, I'm not worried about pulling the clan castle because I think it would happen naturally anyways. Okay, out comes 1 headhunter, which is a little worrisome because don't think 1 will go down fairly quickly, but it will still do a lot of damage to me. Wizard, nice. I put a wizard down to snipe it, and it actually worked right there. I gotta be careful if there's multiple headhunters right here, because, okay, I did face one of those CCs earlier, and it was kind of scary. But now my warden's kind of cooking right here. The whole clan castle is pulled, and I'll fight these ice golems just all together, which is beautiful. No way I didn't get the multi-inferno down. Literally a 1 shot. I was hoping that didn't get hit. Nice. Okay. We should just be able to double invis right here, but how do I want to set this up? I'll take down the mortars just to be safe. I'd rather not risk missing a fireball on my final hit of the day. I don't need those Rocketloons for anything. And yeah, beautiful fireball into that core right there. Literally getting everything but the multi down, which I'm totally okay with. Rocketloons on the air defense first, because then they can maybe go to the bomb tower. Okay, they ended up dying anyways to that multi. Okay, we didn't even get the air defense. But I was trying to push my war in one direction or the other so I could start my Sui. He does go to the left right here. Gonna get a skeleton spell down to just tank right here. I'm going to replace another furnace behind him right there. And this is looking absolutely crushed. I love this approach. I got the furnaces set up behind the warden, or just one, I guess. Heroes are getting a beautiful funnel from the siege barracks and don't have too much damage to go through. That they're going to cook through that side. The multi is the only thing that's going to be like a little tough to get to right here. But that I feel like I'm not too worried about that. Look at that. Keeping an eye on the warden right there. Totally would have died. I know it's just the world champion, which is the weakest hero, but okay, one thing also I didn't pay attention to. I should use the log launcher here to get down the invis in the core. I totally forgot about that because I was just fireballing such good value. I didn't think about the rest of the base, but Yeah, definitely should have had the log launcher right here kind of pulling that for me. So I'll end up freezing right here with the queen ability to try and take down the town hall before it comes back. Even if it didn't, I had the world champion ready to get that, but I just would rather take it down like that. Just so the town hall at least is out of the way and not just going to be crushing me for the rest of this attack. But yeah, we've absolutely slammed this base. I think I can swag the world champion. It's just gonna be a matter of time because I do have the power to get through this 100%, but I'd rather not risk time on the last hit of the day. That's gonna give me the 320 because who cares? Like, the stat sheets don't show the swag, they just show the 320, but I'll still swag on him regardless with some spells right there. And yeah, absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal day. I'm super, super proud of this 320. I was kind of in control the entire day except for one warden loss. That was just miscount of the headhunters, but beautiful, beautiful hits. I hope you guys enjoyed. And just tell me in the comments if you enjoyed what army you've been running in Legend League. I'd love to hear it. And without further ado, that'll do it for today's video, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.